All girls of primary 1, good morning everybody. Are you fine? I hope everybody is fine. I'm also fine. I've come back again for English language, primary 1. This is teacher Edward. I know you already know my name. Last time when I was here, we were looking at verbs. And we gave an explanation what a verb is, and we said that a verb is an action word. A verb is an action word. All verbs are action words when they are many. From verbs, we gave examples of some of the examples of verbs. And we said that a verb, when you mention a verb, it corresponds or it comes with an action. That is why it is called an action word. The word with the action. After that, we looked at the tenses. These verbs are put in what you call the tenses. The tenses tell us the time when the activity has been done or when the activity will be done. Those are the tenses. And we said that we shall look at the first tense is present tense. Present tense. The second one is continuous tense or now tense. And we said that when we change verbs to continuous tense, we add ing. We saw another tense as past tense. And another name for past tense is yesterday tense. And everyday tense. Everyday tense. When you go to other classes like P3, P4, you find that these tenses have other names, but they are the same. Like when you go to everyday tense, when you go to those upper classes, they call it present simple tense, but us we call it everyday tense. There's what called future tense, or it is called future tense. That one we shall see it. We started with the continuous tense, how to change verbs in continuous tense. And we looked at the first phase of verbs where we add ing. And these verbs mostly they end with a consonant letter. Consonant letter. And you already know what consonant letters are. So from there, we looked at another phase of verbs, again in continuous tense, where we drop the last letter, then add ing. These verbs, they end with a vowel letter, and that vowel letter is letter E. So that letter E is dropped or is removed. That is the simplest word, I think. Is removed. After removing it, then you bring in ing. Those are the two phases of verbs that we have already seen. Now, today we are going to continue with the verbs, and we are going to change them again in continuous tense, but another phase or another group of verbs. I will say we are still looking at the verbs. And under the verbs, we are looking at tenses. Tenses. Sorry. Tenses. And we have said we are changing verbs to continuous tense. Changing verbs to continuous tense. Changing verbs to continuous tense. This is another phase. We have already so far looked at the two, where we drop E. The first one was we only add ing. Excuse me. And the second one was dropping letter E, especially those ones that end with letter E. That E is dropped, and then we add ing, or we replace it with ing. Again, today we are still changing verbs to continuous tense. This time we are going to look at the verbs. Before adding ing, you have to double the last letter. Double means two when they are the same. That is double. In other words, add another letter the same as the last one, then add ing. We have said that here we double the last letter. We double the last letter. Then add ing. Here we are going to double the last letter. After adding ing. Let me underline this. These verbs that we are going to look at, their last letter is doubled. Double means two, which are the same. So, the last letter, add another letter to make two. That is double. To make two. Then after, add ing. Those are the verbs we are going to look at. We shall have present tense this side. Present tense. Then continuous tense. Continuous tense. I said another name for continuous tense is now tense. This is our table. Now, what are those nouns? Sorry, what are those verbs? Whereby, before you change them to continuous tense, remember when we are changing verbs to continuous tense, we add ing to the verbs at the end. But this time, before you bring in the ing, you have to double the last letter. In other words, add another letter the same as the one that is there to make it two letters which are the same. That is double. Okay? That is what I mean by we double the last letter. Examples of those nouns. We are going to list them first. One is cat. We have cat. Cat. Another one is run. Another one is put. Next, dig. Dig. Who can give me one? We have mop. We have clap. Next, next we have stop. Stop. We have drop. Any other? Any other? We have sit. Sit. Next we have skip. We have skip. Another one we have swim. Swim. Next we have drum. Drum. Another one is we have what else? Can we write here? We have trim. Trim is also a verb. It is not a noun. A noun is a name of anything. What else do we have? Get. We have get. What else? Get. We have stop. Stop is already there. Then we have scrub. 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 What else? We have swim, we have kidnap, we have drop, we have spit, we have choke, we have hope, we have scan, we have top, need, hit, forget, forbid, fit, set, shut, win, and so many others. Mostly when you look at these verbs where we double the last letter, they end with letter T, letter N, letter M, letter P, and G. Most of them, even letter B. When you look at them, most of them end with those consonant letters. So let's look at how to change them to continuous tense. Cat, they say here we double the last letter. So cat, we shall have cutting. I'll say double. That means add the same letter the second time. Then add ing and we get cutting. This is what you call double. They are two and they are the same. They are supposed to be the same. Okay? Yeah. We have run, then we shall have running. Add another n, the same as the one that is there. Then add ing, running. We continue and have put. We have putting. Double. That means add another T, then add ing. This is what it means. Double the last letter and we have done it. There are two letters which are the same. That is what called down. Let us continue changing them. Continuous tense. We have dig. We shall have digging. Down. Then ing. Digging. Mop. We shall have mopping. Down. Add another P. Then ing. Mopping. We shall have clapping. That means add another P. Then ing. That is what the instruction said. That down the last letter. Stopping. Add another letter, which is the same as the last one, and you get stopping. Drop. We shall have dropping. Add another P. Then add ing. So it continues like that. Sit. We shall have sitting. Skip. Skipping. Swim. Swimming. Drum. Drumming. Trim. Trimming. Get. Getting. Scrub. Scrubbing. That is how we are supposed to change them to continuous tense. Down the last letter. This is what called down. Down means two, which are the same. Okay? Don't put T and C and you say that they are down. No. Down means two things which are the same. That is down. And we have done it. So you can complete the table by following the instruction that down the last letter. Then add ing. And more verbs that you can give. Ask your elder sister, your elder brother, your uncle, your auntie to give you more verbs that are under this group here, where we down the last letter in continuous tense. Ask them, they know them, and they have ever learned them in the same classes, P1, P2, P3. Because these ones, they go up to P7. Even P7, they learn them. Only that in P7, they change the names. Continuous, there is a way they call it, and the others. But they know them. Ask them. Make your table bigger. Don't end here where I've ended. You can continue. Ask them. They tell you. You write. You change it to continuous tense, following the instruction here that you down the last letter. So let us read it through and we see. Changing verbs to continuous tense. I've said in this group we down the last letter. Cut, cutting. Run, running. Put, putting. Dig, digging. Mop, mopping. Clap, clapping. Stop, stopping. Drop, dropping. Sit, sitting. Skip, skipping. Swim, swimming. Drum, drumming. Trim, trimming. Get, getting. Scrub, scrubbing. I've said you can give more verbs that belong to this group. and you change them to continuous tense. So I want to end here. I want to thank you so much for watching me and listening to me and being attentive in the lesson. I'll come back and we continue from there with the verbs, okay? Because we have just started. We have like 10 lessons about the verbs. So we have just started. I wish you a nice day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.